if you look at just the last quarter, there has been growth, maybe not GVA growth, but yes, GDP growth. And what is the impact of this? Clearly, the impact of this is that if you see the S&P ratings, they have moved India from stable to positive. So I think all of us in corporate India are positive that we will be getting investments into India. And especially when you look at the China Plus One strategy, that has not fully played out, but I think the potential exists. And what we would like to see is to see some stability with some of the reforms that have started, or the initiatives, let me say initiatives, whether it was Skilling India, Gati Shakti, infrastructure, capital allocations made for Make in India. Yes, the PLI scheme has not fully kicked off, and I agree with Mr. Garg. In fact, I agree with all of the panelists, with the data that they presented. But I think that we have to come from a stage of solutioning. All of us deeply understand the problems. We understand the fiscal deficit, and really for this year, the target was 5.8. We came in at 5.6. We know the problems that exist, and the problems that exist because we want to grow. But for me, I think the biggest problem is the fact that while GDP is growing, and there are only, maybe 60 million Indians whose per capita income is over $10,000. The rest are at $2,500. Uh, Consumption has only grown by 2.5 to 3%. And that, to me, the inequality is a serious problem. So I hope that a government which, the consensus between state and center, which allows for the industry to perform much better because of less, from logistics to labor laws to maybe capital allocation for those states that need it so that per capita income increases in their state. So I think I'm very hopeful that some of the initiatives will really result in growth in per capita income for the rest of India, and that it will be, pro-business in the sense that the trickle-down effect has clearly not happened. But what can we do to make sure it happens? Let's not lose focus on the three pillars, which is, manufacturing, which has emerged post-China in the China Plus One strategy, and manufacturing for India. Let's not lose focus on agriculture because 40% of GDP comes, and I think that we've really not done enough to improve farm incomes. The third is, of course, services and skilling. And I'm hoping that the coalition government will really look at, the presence of Bihar and Andhra Pradesh will really focus on lifting everyone's income rather than just looking at gaining power for their own states.